Now that Labor Day is behind us, the back-to-school conversation well underway all across Canada. Some schools, they started in August. Others are going to wait another week. Most of them getting off to a start this week in Canada. And it looks like the take rate for people deciding to do in-school learning gets as low as about 50% in some schools, up to about 90% in others. So the majority of Canadians sending their kids back to school. But it is not without its anxieties, stoked by the headlines that talk about rising coronavirus rates in Canada, nowhere near as bad as they were at the height of the pandemic numbers in late April, early May, but certainly steadily ticking up, that Dr. Theresa Tam has warned us to be cautious about. Then we have those specific stories about school outbreaks, whether they are abroad in places like Israel, certain jurisdictions in the United States, or in Quebec, where one news story, Montreal Gazette story, tells us 47 schools confirming they have at least one case in them. So how's this all going to unfold? Well, that's the question that all parents are asking themselves. All parents are trying to juggle the numbers, trying to figure out what sort of risk is acceptable to me. Well, clearly Canadian parents have realized that some degree of risk is acceptable because they've got to get the kids back to school. We have had experts, whether they're from Sick Kids Hospital or various other jurisdictions, saying kids not going to school, that is in and of itself something of a health problem. Kids not having socialization, kids not learning, the general problems that happen in the household where everyone's trying to learn together, work together, all in that cramped space, trying to make it work. We've got to do something different. What's your perspective on all of this, though? What should be causes for alarm? One case in a school, do you shut the whole school down? A lot of teachers unions, parents, they have really split opinions on what should be the cause for concern moving forward in all of this. And people have widely divergent perspectives on where we're at in this generally. Some people still do not want to go to the grocery store. They only get groceries delivered. Others are saying, forget about it. I'm attending those karaoke nights in Quebec bars that are strangely allowed by the bylaw rules that they have there. So we're also dealing with the fact that people are of different opinions all across the country and in particular classrooms. One set of parents feel this way about the pandemic, another set may feel that way. Ultimately, it seems that all the experts say it is safe to go back to school. Ideally, keep your distance. Smaller classes, the better. Wash your hands, wear a mask. But yes, we're going to be able to make it through this relatively unscathed. But we're still at the beginning of this in September. We'll see where things stand in a few weeks from now. How do you feel about all of this? Let us know your concerns about back to school and whether or not you think things will work out okay or not. I think there's a lot of cause for optimism, and I think the children will just be great to be back in the classroom, to see each other, to get socialization, and to get instruction from their teachers.